We are now recording. All right, I am sharing my screen, and now I'm sharing my PowerPoint. Here we go, off to the races. A little more housekeeping. First off, this is a link. If you'll, let me say, I already got to come out. Daggone it. Let me do this. Let me give you this link. Some of you might prefer to go to this website. You don't have to necessarily, but this may help you. If you want to follow along with me when I get into the foods, we've established a link, and it will turn into a website just for new members. A website just for the new members. There's that link. Y'all might have to share it with each other because I got to get to it. All right, back on the PowerPoint. So at the end of this broadcast, I'm going to, if you're here, you registered. Don't worry about missing anything right now. It's better just to take good notes because I'm sending you the PowerPoint. I'm sending you the new link and website. I'm sending you the new Facebook group. I'm sending you the meal plans. I'm sending you the tracker. I'm sending it all to you. The reason I didn't do that up front is because you wouldn't have come to class, and I think it's so important to lay the right foundation, not just give out diets. But there'll be a Facebook group. I'll send this link to you. This is for new members. Now, if you're an experienced member and you're starting over and you like this idea of returning to zero for 7 to 10 days, no problem. But remember, you might get hurt at me or mad at me in this particular group because you're going to have to make your post as though all you know is the information we discussed today. We don't want you getting outside of this information. Not in this Facebook group. This is for members that are in their first 7 to 10 days or pretending they are. Please do not share these links or this information. This comes at an incredible expense to us. We're a little ministry with a little team. We spend every dollar and then some, anything we can raise on providing a program that people will want to do from now on. And it does. There's a great expense attached to it. And thank you, team, my entire team, my tech team. We all stayed up all night getting this stuff ready for y'all. And it's an incredible expense, monetary and time. And we're trusting that you're not going to give these links out to people that are not members. Number one, they'll swear it doesn't work. They'll swear it doesn't work because they don't get the underlying information that goes with the documents you're giving them. Please don't give these links out. Now, with that said, notice there's an unless. Please do not share these links or this information unless the good Lord tells you to. If it's on your heart to share it and you want to share it, and I call you up and say, why are you giving everybody my links? That's hurting me. You're taking money out of our program and out of our mouths. Why'd you do that? You say, Travis, the Lord led me to. Okay, fair. That's fair. That's all. Hey, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. I hope that makes sense. I trust our people. I will not run a program anymore where I can't trust the people that are a part of our little family. So if you feel like sharing it, you'll get no argument out of me if the Lord led you to do it. That's how I feel. People say I'm crazy. That's how I feel. Now, very soon, these links and things that you're getting, they'll say, what is the password? What is the password? So that anybody can't get in it. The password will be Shibboleth. Please remember that, or you'll be locked out come Monday. The password is Shibboleth. So you try to get in the members only group, or you try to get in you try to get back to the link that I'm going to show you today and get to this information. The password's Shibboleth. We're doing this going against what we've done for years. We always tell our new members, watch the daily doses, take the test, pass the test, earn the badge. The people that do that and journal online lose almost now 3 times more weight than those that are just logging in and not doing that. So, yes, I'm giving you a diet today. I'm giving you a diet. Okay? It's a diet, but that's not why I'm here. That's not what I'm called to do. I'm here to teach people a lifestyle. Anything that has an end is not a lifestyle. Okay? So remember these things. All links and the recording will be emailed to you after the class. Let's get started. New member fast track and meal planning class. I'm going to spend less than 3 or 4 minutes on this because this is in the daily doses. But before I give you foods, I need you to understand what the lifestyle is. We have a shield. There are rules. In order to have a perfect day, you have to follow the rules. You have to have 2 perfect days in a row to efficiently burn fat. You've got to drink your water, 1/2 gallon up to 1 gallon per day. You've got to journal. If you bite it, you write it, you hog it, you log it, you nibble it, you scribble it, you drink it, you ink it. This is important. I've got friends that will not do this on this planet, and they're missing out. They will never keep their weight off. Watch the daily doses. Food combinations. This we're talking about in great, great detail because this is where the magic, the physiological magic, not the mind magic, not the mental magic that makes all this happen. But this is the physiological magic because food combinations control blood sugar. Control your blood sugar, you control the appetite growth hormone insulin. You don't do that, it don't matter what your calories are. You've got to eat in the right portions. You've got to time your meals right, 4 to 6 hours between your meals. And you've got to bless the name of the Lord. We bless the name of the Lord in our own weak and individual and personal way. God will reward us and He'll bless us. We've got to get back to Him. We've got to eat unto Him, live unto Him, do for Him. The food combinations. Why is learning all these food combinations so important? It's what the rest of the world's missing out on. Or either they don't want you to know because they don't want you to heal thyself. The Bible says, physician, heal thyself. See, when we eat something that causes our blood sugar to go up beyond normal limits or below normal limits even, if you let it get too low. If it doesn't stay in the sweet spot of 80 to 120 units, then you're in trouble. We do that without you having to worry about it, without you having to check your blood sugar. Day in and day out, you're going to pretty much stay in the sweet spot if you do what we tell you to do. But if you do spike your blood sugar or you have a hog trough day, here's what happens when the fat bus comes. Watch the daily doses so that where I can get in more detail so that you understand this stuff. You may not want to understand it, but you need to. Sometimes we got to do that we don't want to do, even if we say we ain't got time. By the way, everybody here has time. Don't tell me you work 20 hours a day and you don't have no time. Be more resourceful than that. Busy people make things happen. If the fat bus comes, appetite goes up. Fat storage takes place. Seen a friend of mine posted last night. He had the perfect meal, but he said they offered him another side item, so he got a potato. He got a potato with a fatty protein. And you do that, you're going to store the fat. Okay, that's why we have rules. Efficient fat burning stops. And you destroy the powerhouse of your body, the little powerhouses of your body that's in every cell, the mitochondria. You destroy those, and that prevents your body from being able, over time, to burn fat as efficiently. So you do want to live with the philosophies that we talk about in the daily doses. It's either a perfect day or a holiday. There's no in between. Please watch the daily doses. Second most important thing after food combinations from a physiological standpoint is that during the day, your portions are 3 meals. The first 7 to 10 days, forget snacking, forget freebies. You can do anything for 7 to 10 days. We need to go back to the beginning and learn how to eat without grazing. We are not livestock. We are human beings. And what we should be doing is having breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. You should not do that without, how should I say, the 3 meals each day, the 3 right portions, the 3 meals, breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. You should not skip meals to lose weight faster. But you can skip meals if you're just not hungry. But don't build up such an appetite that you binge on a meal. I know a lot of people that just skip meals because they lose weight faster, but you'll just build up an appetite and it'll catch up with you later. So the best thing for a new person in the first 7 to 10 days, 3 meals, breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit, right? Spread those meals out 4 to 6 hours, but if you can't work that and keep them spread out 4 to 6 hours, it's really no big deal, just as long as it's 3 meals and they're rightly combined. Eat off a 6 to 8 inch plate. Eat off a 6 to 8 inch plate. This bothers a lot of our new members. But eating these foods, these combinations off a 6 to 8 inch plate, laying your food out there real nice, clean, man, that's awesome. That's what we want you to do. You can use the 2-hand rule. Put these foods on a plate, put your hands together, put your hands over the food. It's not piled up any thicker than the thickest part of your hand, then you're good to go. But don't eat any more than that. If you can see food around the edges or it's piled up like a volcano, no. Too much food. If we'll just eat off a 6 to 8 inch plate and a 2-hand, or use the 2-hand rule, our calories will always be perfect because of the foods we're eating. You don't have to worry about it. But over the years, we have discovered that our new members, this drives them crazy. It drives them crazy. Doesn't me. I trust my program because I wrote it. I use a 6 to 8 inch plate or the 2-hand rule. Always going to be right. But for those of you that want to measure, I'm including measurements today. Some of you have a different personality than I do, and you need to know specifically. I've done that for you today. Some of you, drives you crazy if you don't count calories. We want to honor your personality profile. Nothing wrong with that personality profile. But we want to make sure those meals are 350 calories or less. This is weight loss phase. This is not maintenance and wellness phase. This is weight loss phase. We can move up later with the calories, but not now. Not if you want to lose fat. And if you eat the foods I'm telling you to eat, you ain't going to be hungry after you get your blood sugar under control. So each meal, 350 calories or less. 3 meals a day. I'd rather you use the 6 to 8 inch plate rule or the 2-hand rule. It makes for a better, longer-term lifestyle. Let's look at our combinations. I'm going to pull out here just a second to make sure y'all okay before I get in these combinations, because this is where it gets fun. Everybody doing good? Is everybody doing good, including fingers? Interlock them thumbs, put your hand, don't do this. Put them together and then put it right over that plate. But if you'll probably, if you have that analytical personality and you need to count calories, you'll get better results than those of us that uses the fudge factor. You know what I'm saying? You'll get better results if you're analytical. I just don't want everybody to think they got to do that. All right, so here we go. We're talking about combinations. Get that pen, pencil, paper. Get it ready, because here we go. Here we go. All right. Now, I can't see the chat right now, but look, I want to tell experienced members, focus on this information. Don't ask me, can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this? Can I have that? You rascals, you know that, and it confuses our new people. All right? So you gotta forget what you know. Before I get into this in depth, I realized what had happened the other day when we were polling and surveying. Back when we first started this, you had these people that went with me on this journey, and the website wasn't anything like it is today. So as we added stuff, we add stuff every day that works on Planet Shibboleth for weight loss. But as we added stuff, those people were growing with me. So it wasn't like they were having to learn it all at one time. We all learned and grew together. Well, now the website's so big, it intimidates a brand new person. So we're going to start teaching it in this format to a new person with the understanding that if they want a lifestyle, they got to keep learning, keep growing. All right, category 1. We put foods in categories. Category 1, and there's a broad range that you can utilize here. You don't have to have Klingon portions. You don't have to worry about so many things that people are worrying about and overcomplicate. But let's start with category 1, lean protein. Not getting into the science of it today very much because that's already on the website with the daily doses. But we do categorize foods. These foods, category 1 lean protein, are terrific. Now, this is just a small sampling of the foods that are in the website. But I want you to notice today that we're focusing all of our attention on nothing but grocery store foods. We're getting rid of another excuse. I got to buy all that stuff and all them specialty items. Are there faster ways to lose weight on Planet Shibboleth? Yeah. But y'all don't want to hear about that. Not today. You want to hear about whole foods, whole food nutrition. You can find it at your local grocery store. Is this going to be slow weight loss? No, it's going to be fast. But there's always a faster way. We've been doing this 20 years. We've found all the most efficient ways to lose weight. But when you're a new member starting out, we're going to keep it simple. Go to the grocery store. Category 1, lean protein. 2 to 8 ounces of egg whites, fish. What kind of fish? Any kind of fish. Now, when we get all this website stuff updated, you can click the link and it'll take you to what a fish looks like if you don't know what a fish looks like. Egg whites, fish, chicken breast, turkey breast, pork tenderloin, boar's head turkey breast, boar's head chicken breast, boar's head London broil, low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, Greek plain yogurt, Hebrew National 97% lean beef franks, 96% lean ground meat. 96% lean ground meat means turkey, chicken, or beef. But it needs to be 96% lean or better to fit in this category. Now, we can cite 100 more for this category. We're not going to do it talking about basics because we're only talking about 7 to 10 days. Okay? Notice that I got a fire symbol right there. That fire symbol means this is a hot food combination right here, baby. This is exercise on a plate, okay? And it says plus a cooking oil or a cooking fat. It says you can use 100% MCT oil, coconut oil, ghee butter, hemp oil, or you can use a 0-calorie cooking spray. Obviously, if you're using a 0-calorie cooking spray, you don't have to limit it to 1 tablespoon. But if you're using the other oils, it says 1 tablespoon. That means for a 4-ounce piece of meat, 1 serving, I can cook that in 1 tablespoon of my approved oils. If I'm cooking for 4, I got 4 chicken breasts, then I would use 4 tablespoons, right? Is everybody with me? Okay. Anytime you go with a 0-calorie cooking spray, that's good because that's no calories, not going to hurt you. MCT oil is going to be the best. We cover that in the daily doses. So you may want to stick with coconut oil if you're just shopping at the grocery store. That's probably going to be the most readily available there. Then I got a plus sign with a flame on it that says you can add condiments. And I've got another list of condiments before we go. But condiments, you got to go by the 5, 2, and few rule. Write this down. It's got to be 5 grams of sugar or less in the condiment. You're talking about things like salsa, A1, soy sauce, Old Bay seasoning, McCormick spaghetti sauce mix. These are condiments. And your total condiments per meal need to fit this rule. 5, 2, and few. 5 grams of sugar or less, 2 grams of fat or less, and keep it at 50 calories or less. Here's how that works. I'm hungry. I'm tasting chicken breast. So I got me chicken breast. It's about 6 ounces I've got here. Or it fits neatly under one of my hands. Same thing. It's all going to work out. Trust me. And it can't be breaded. We're not talking about breadings yet. We're not talking about breadings yet. Chicken breast goes under the hand. It's the right portion. Now I cook it in one of these oils, tablespoon of the oil, and I can add a condiment, but I need to keep total condiment calories at 50 calories or less. And of course, the ones I pick out has to be 5 grams of sugar less, 2 grams of fat or less. And I've picked out some specific ones for you today, but there's thousands. Now, can I use more than one condiment? Yes. So if it's a 0-calorie condiment and I got 5 different spices, seasonings, Walden Farms dressings that are calorie-free, how many of them can I use? As many as I want, because they ain't got no calories. It's only when you get into the calories you got to start being careful, like salsa. You know, you can't have limitless amounts of salsa. You got to keep it at 50 calories or less, but thankfully that's quite a bit if you're using it as a condiment. So what I want y'all to do right now is think this through and plan yourself one meal. Then we're going to get into the other stuff because I know y'all don't want to live off meat. But this is how I started to give you an example. Pick out something. You want fat-free cottage cheese, but you don't want any oil or fat, so you don't have to use any, right? Because I could use a 0-calorie thing. That's why cooking spray's there. You don't have to use cooking spray. I should put in there nothing. You don't have to have a cooking oil or fat. Do I want a condiment on my low-fat cottage cheese? If you want to add an approved condiment to it, you can find one that fits the 5-2 and few rule. Yes, cinnamon maybe. Maybe you want to put, because cinnamon don't have any calories, maybe you want to put some cinnamon in your cottage cheese. Is this making sense? So I've got the first week, I'm looking there, and I'm picking out egg whites and cooking them in oil or whatever. Sounds like a bland program. Let's go to the next thing. We'll get into more and more variety. Check this out. Here we've got another one. Notice the plus signs are in flames. That means, boy, you eat this, man, I'm tickled for you. I'm tickled for you. You pick out a lean protein. Egg whites, fish, chicken breast, turkey breast, so on and so forth. Maybe I want a hamburger patty. So I found me some 96% lean ground turkey or beef, make me a hamburger patty using 0-calorie cooking spray or one of my oils. And now I can add a fibrous carb, a vegetable to it, a half a cup up to 1 cup. So I could have a salad. I could have squash and salad and a 96% lean ground meat patty. Does that make sense? So I'm building my plate here. I'm building a portion-controlled, properly combined plate that controls my blood sugar, therefore controls insulin, and I lose fat like there's no tomorrow. Is this making sense? I'm going to go to one more combination, then I'm going to pause. Come back to you, see how you're doing. Make sure, don't overcomplicate this. But my friends are eating this and my friends are eating that on the program. You don't need to listen to them. You need to listen to me. But Travis, I want more variety. You'll get it in 7 to 10 days if you're watching the daily doses, right? You'll learn more. You will learn this by osmosis. So I look at category 1 and I say boar's head London broil. That tastes like Philly cheesesteak meat when I fry it in MCT oil. And I'm going to have it over green leafy vegetables, and I'm going to keep my total calories under 350. I'm going to even put a little approved condiment on it, maybe even a little cheese when we get down there and I show you that. So I've got a 1, 2 cooking oil and a condiment. Let me show you one more. Here's another one. This time I'm craving some pulled pork. I tell them to hold the barbecue sauce because the barbecue sauce going to screw me up. It ain't the right kind. We have plenty of approved barbecue sauces, plenty of approved ones, but the restaurant usually don't have them. they're usually very sugar laden. But I got me some pulled pork, and I ordered me a side of asparagus, and I have salt and pepper, whatever condiment I want on it. I could carry some approved barbecue sauce in my survival kit. If I want to use their barbecue sauce, I'd better keep it under how many calories? 50. So that's usually a tablespoon. So there's always a way to work it. I even put something as silly on here as turkey spam. I can have fried Hormel turkey spam. Travis, that's not a clean eating product. I'm trying to demonstrate the versatility of the program's ability to meet someone where they are mentally and still be able to lose weight. So here I've got whole eggs, any cut of steak, pork ribs, beef ribs, turkey spam, pulled pork, beef brisket. And when I say steak, I mean New York strip, top round, whatever you want. Turkey kielbasa that's 50% calories from fat or less. Don't get the ones that are more than 50% calories from fat. Get the ones 50% calories from fat or less. There's a ton of them in the food library, but keeping it simple for you here. So we just put turkey kielbasa, approved turkey kielbasa. I add that to a category 2 fibrous carb. Notice the flames are gone though. The flames are gone. What does this mean? It means great weight loss, just not as fast as the other ones. It means great weight loss, just not as fast as the other ones. Y'all with me? You good? My friend, he may be watching, and he posted, where he had a looked like a pork chop or something, approved pork chop, and had some broccoli, but he also got a potato with it. See, that won't work. If you want to lose fat, that's not going to work. That was not a fat loss day there, because that potato ups the blood sugar, pancreas releases insulin. Now you got the fat bus there that's going to pick up the fat and shuttle it into the cell. That's why you don't see any carbs with protein plus fats. I'm going to pause for just a minute. Make sure that this is clear. How y'all doing? Is this making sense? Are you now I got several more combinations, but I need to know that you're understanding mentally, you're not getting overwhelmed. And you're like, hey, all I got to do is control the portion of this stuff and eat something from each category. Okay? Let's wait till we get to that, Miss Janice. Let's wait till we get to that. Nutrition value. I don't understand the question. A protein plus fat is going to be higher in calories per ounce because it's got more fat, but it's okay on our program. It's terrific for us as long as we don't eat it with something that elevates our blood sugar. You must eat in these combinations. Does this make sense? You must eat in these combinations. Not worried about the meat before cooking. Well, your ounces, you can do it before, after. This program is so generous, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. You can take, 6 ounces of meat, of steak, and it's going to dry out to 3 or 4 ounces. That just means you could have had a little more if you'd wanted it. Let's don't even get into that today. You don't have to worry about that. Brisket's brisket. Where I worry about you is you adding sugar to it. Don't overcomplicate it. Not that you are, okay? How do we know 50% calories from fat or less? Let me tell you. When you look at it, this is why you have to take the classes. But why did we respond this way? Because people didn't want to take time to take the classes. So you can't cover all this in an hour or a minute. But 50% calories from fat or less is, you look at the label, and if it says there are 200 calories and 100 calories from fat, that's 50%. If it says it's 200 calories per serving and it's got 80 calories from fat, that's less than 50%. So that makes it a category 4. But if it says it's 200 calories and there's 150 calories from fat, that's not 50%. But I need to stop. I'm not abiding by my own rules. All you got to do is go to the food library and look up turkey kielbasa, and you'll find the approved ones. To learn how to pick out your own stuff without using my food library, you got to take the classes. There's just no way for me to convey all that information in a short class. I'm not being ugly. If you know, I'm just trying to stay on track here is all I'm trying to do, because that's been the request. Please stop chasing rabbits and stay on track. All the classes are in the library. Watch the daily doses, take the test, pass the test, earn the badge. So I'm going to get back on track here. Still got a lot to give you today. I just want to make sure that it's making sense because I couldn't see the chat. All right, next. You've got a category 6 superfood. Now, I can't generically say 2 to 6 ounces or whatnot. These are all different. Superfoods contain all of the macronutrients. I've got a very partial list here. Pintos, 1 cup up to 1.5 cups. Black beans, red beans, soybeans. Approved peanut butter, 2 tablespoons. The library is full of peanut butter that works. Some don't work. If in the ingredients it says hydrogenated oil or fractionated oil, you don't really need that. You don't need to throw the peanut butter you've got away, go through it, but the next time you shop, it'll be more helpful for you to get the ones with no hydrogenated or fractionated oils. So 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Nuts, if you're using nuts as a meal, there's other ways to use them after you 7 to 10 days. But nuts, 2 handfuls is a meal. What you learn in later classes is that 1 handful would be a snack. So 2 handfuls of nuts, 2 handfuls of seeds would be a meal. Does that really happen? It does for me because I drive a lot. So I didn't plan right, and I'm driving down the interstate and it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. And I go in a convenience store, I can get me 2 handfuls of those wasabi peanuts that I like. I mean, wasabi almonds with wasabi flavor. And I can eat 2 handfuls of those as a meal. I should say really palmful. You don't want heaping. Nuts have a lot of calories, but a nice handful, 2 nice handfuls is going to be a meal portion. And you can add condiments if you like. I don't know how that really plays with nuts, but it does play with my beans, doesn't it? I might want to use a seasoning pack. I might want to use I like in my pintos and black beans, I love salsa in my pintos. So there's a good combination. Same thing here. We've got another one. The fire's gone, but it still works. Well, I don't want to do these. Well, you should, because you flew to Planet Shibboleth. You're staying here forever. What's the rush? Okay? If you know you're going to be dedicated to your new lifestyle and leave the old behind, if we think we're going to have 1 foot in the old lifestyle, 1 foot in the new and be successful, we're wrong. Category 6 superfoods plus a category 2 fibrous carb. I love beans and greens. I love beans and greens. So I could have pintos and a half a cup of some green leafy vegetable like spinach or collards or whatever you like, you could do. And I can add a condiment. Now I need you to note something here. I need you to note, with your category 2 vegetables, they will become freebies for you later, but not if they're prepared improperly. Okay, we got to get into that later. They're only freebies if there's not any incorrect fats cooked into them. Category 7 shellfish, crab, lobster, shrimp, excluding the shell. 2 to 8 ounces excluding the shell. Crab, lobster, shrimp, scallops, oysters, mussels, and clams. Notice the fire's back, plus the proper cooking fat. plus condiments. Now, note this. With your category 1s or category 7s, if you're eating them at a restaurant, they're not cooking in MCT oil, coconut oil, ghee butter, or hemp oil. They're cooking in their own fat, and that's fine on our program. But you write this note down. If you're eating these things out and you're in a weight loss mode, you can't have any carbohydrate, any category 3s or any category 5s because they're cooking the wrong fat into them. Please make a note of that. Big time distinction. Because unless you ask them to dry grill it and ask them to cook everything bland and with no fat, they're not going to use MCT oil or coconut oil. So even though these category 1s and 7s are very lean, when I get into these next combinations, you got to make sure if you're eating out at a restaurant until you get to your weight goal that you drop the complex carbs and the fat and the fruits. I'll show you. That'll make more sense in a minute. So I'm picking out a meal here again. I'm craving shrimp and scallops. There's a restaurant right across the road from me called the Seafood Cafe. I like to go in there, and they've got shrimp and scallops that are broiled in butter, regular butter. Perfect for our program. So I go in there and I get shrimp and scallops, and my hand will cover the shrimp and the scallops. Nice portion, probably 8 ounces of meat there. And then I always get their collard greens. Can I do that? Yes. But note, they're not using an approved fat. They're using butter. Okay? That's going to be fine. That's a perfect meal. They also bring out with it hush puppies. If I eat the hush puppy, I should never do that anyway. That's a holiday. But if I eat the hush puppies, I'm going to get the fat bus, and the fat bus is going to pick up all that nasty fat that they're cooking that stuff in, and I'm going to store it. Them hush puppies aren't worth it. Do I love hush puppies? Yes, I love hush puppies. But I also love shrimp and scallops and collards, so I focus on what I can have, not on what I can't have. But if I'm at a restaurant, I don't even need the restaurant guide. Got a restaurant guide, give people ideas, but I don't even need it because I've learned the program and I understand what I can have and what I can't have and why my body stores fat. Now here's where we got to be careful. Category 1, 2, 3, and a condiment. So Brother Tony last night wanted a potato, but he had got the wrong type of meat because he was at a restaurant. When you're in the weight loss mode, you better, unless you're having a holiday, we get 6 holidays a month to have whatever we want. Unless you're having a holiday, you should avoid, at restaurants, you should avoid category 3s and category 5s, or you can forget it. You're just not going to lose weight. I know you want it to work differently, but your body just doesn't. So you got category 1 lean proteins, you pick out one. I'm at home. Let's say I'm at home. And let's say tonight I'm feeling fish. I take my salmon, put it in my George Foreman grill. I got salmon, and I got it seasoned with some good seasonings that fit the condiment rule. And then I pan-sear me some asparagus in MCT oil in like a wok. I got a wok, and I put some MCT oil in there and saute my asparagus. You heat it up a little bit. Give it a little flavor. But I'm also tasting sweet potato. Now notice sweet potatoes on my list. Now, when you're in the weight loss mode, you should only select one item from category 3, never 2. Even if you try to get the portions minimal, no, just pick one. For now, we're in the weight loss mode. I can have a 1/4 cup up to a 1/2 cup. Here's a good note for you. A 1/4 cup is a great weight loss portion. That's 100 calories. There's your onion too. I forget who it was that asked, but here's your onion. A quarter cup is a great weight loss portion. You can go up to a half a cup, but a half cup's more of a maintenance portion. If you eat in this combination, I'm not worried about you not having a perfect day. It's still a perfect day, but just know you're not going to see the best results because you're getting up to 200 calories worth of just carbohydrate. We don't need to be doing a half a cup of that till we get into maintenance. Travis, quarter cup doesn't sound like much. It's a lot. If you're eating it with a 1 and a 2, give you a little added flavor to the plate there. We're eating to live, not living to eat. A quarter cup is 4 tablespoons. That don't sound like much, so say 12 teaspoons. It's all how you talk to yourself. Then you got condiments. Condiments you can add. Okay, so we got a 1, 2, 3. The 1 and 2 are going to neutralize the fat bust that the category 3 would normally send. Never have a category 3 without your 1 and 2. Never have it with a category 4. You've not seen anywhere on here where that's with a category 4. And it's not with a 1, it's not with a lean protein, and it's not with a shellfish, category 7 shellfish, if those things were cooked in butter and oil, right? Y'all with me? I hope that makes sense. That's where people start going, you just lost me. It's just simple. I just pick it out like it says, and I can build me a plate. Category 1, 2, 5 in condiments. Now I'm tasting some fruit. I'm tasting fruit. Well, I can take a 1, 2, and a category 5, and I'm good. Category 5 for somebody trying to lose weight is going to stall their weight loss. Guaranteed. But it won't over the course of a week. Right after you eat fruit or complex carbs, you're going to shuttle in water and sugar into your cells. Temporarily, your weight will go up a little bit, but it's not your fat going up. It's your cells are shuttling in water and sugar. So you'll feel good. You know, you'll probably feel good. You won't lose weight as fast, but you'll lose weight and you'll feel good. There's a time to have these things. But you've got to make sure that you don't buy what everybody's telling you. If your goal is to lose weight, you don't eat them by themselves. You eat them with a 1 and 2. So here's what that looks like for me. I'm having, for dinner, let's say I'm having pork tenderloin and squash. Grilled me some pork tenderloin or sauteed it. And I got some squash. Seasoned it real good. Cooked it in some MCT oil or cooking spray. So I got me a nice little meal there. Fits under my hands or on my 6 to 8 inch plate or is under 350 calories. And then for dessert, I don't wait because I need the fruit in my stomach and in my digestive system. At the same time, it's metabolizing the 1 and the 2. I eat the right portion of fruit as my dessert. I ain't going to have no problem. I'm going to lose body fat every day, every day. Let the rest of the world focus on what they shouldn't be eating and gain weight. I'm going to focus on what I love that causes weight loss. Additional phase 1 approved foods and beverages. Okay, I wanted to separate the vegetables from the breads. But if I go back, you'll see that Boar's Head Meats was there, deli meats. Travis, them's too expensive. No, they ain't. You get a pound. A pound is 16 ounces. You don't need but 2 ounces of meat on a sandwich, minimal. So you literally got 8 meals there. You ain't going to eat no cheaper meal. So let's say that I want my Boar's Head turkey breast. Remember, it was with a 1 and a 2. You can take the category 2 breads and put them with those category 2 vegetables. Remember when we was doing 1 plus 2? These are breads that break down more like a vegetable than they do a bread. You've got La Tortilla Factory 50-calorie tortilla, Olay Wellness Extreme Fiber tortilla, Healthy Life bread. That's the brand. Nature's Own double fiber wheat bread, Bran Crisp bread, Healthy Life hot dog buns, Thomas Light 100-calorie muffins. Now, Joan's working feverishly to link all these up to the right pictures on the website. That's going to take her some more time. But and there's more than 60 approved breads, but not for 7 to 10 days. And I wish to the good Lord you'd all just eat Bran Crisp bread. If you see your results stalling, it's because you're eating too much bread, even the approved breads. Eat too much bread, the quicker you're dead. Eat white bread, the whiter the bread, the more accelerated you're dead. We don't eat white bread, that's a holiday. These are approved breads that allow for us to have a perfect day and eat sandwiches, eat hamburgers, eat hot dogs. I pick the meat out. I have the meat with a Category 2 bread. I can have approved sweeteners as a condiment. Look over here. Approved sweeteners for whatever you're trying to sweeten. I've got approved beverages and approved cheese. Because when I get to the end of this, I'm going to show you how to do a grilled cheese sandwich, different things. These are just additional Phase 1 approved foods and beverages. More Phase 1 approved foods and beverages. Protein milk. That just means milk that's high in protein. Category 1 breadings and flours. If you want to bread your meat, you want to have breaded and fried fish, use coconut flour, Carb Quick flour, Bob's Red Mill, TVP, or almond flour. If you want a cereal in the first 7 to 10 days, you want Kashi Go Lean Original, K's Natural, High-Low Nutritious Living. One of those three. And there's some more condiments to put in your condiment category. We had to rush the last few minutes of it. That's why we didn't get these in those categories above. But these are additional things that you could have if having them the right way in the first 7 to 10 days. Restaurants, the first 7 to 10 days. Let me stop so I can make sure we're on the same page. We're nearing the end. You could have more Category 2 veggies. I'm not going to answer many questions till we go into overtime, so if y'all hold that, I'll help you out shortly when we get to the end because I promised everybody an hour. Then I'll go into overtime for those that want to stay and just sit here and answer questions until we all get done. All right, we're going to go to the meal list now. And I'm sending all this to you later today, okay? All right, so I'm going to go back and share. I don't see anything too pressing. Miss Collins, we'll talk about wine. This is for the first 7 to 10 days. So if it ain't on the list, it's not on the list for the first 7 to 10 days. I'm assuming everybody here, even though I know you're not, I'm assuming you're a brand new person. And I'm trying to teach you how to build a plate. I just taught you how to build all kinds of plates based upon your appetite and your likes. Now I'm going to give you some specific things. Let me go back and share. Restaurants, first 7 to 10 days. I advise you all to stay out of restaurants because sneaky calories. The more you eat out, it's just a fact of life. It's a part of our life, and we're going to do it. We're all going to do it. But it's just a fact of life. You lose weight slower the more you eat out. And there's thousands of approved food items in our library and so on and so forth, but I want to give you some that will allow you to eat out anywhere. There'll be nobody that can be confused. You might certainly not know of everything you can have, but this takes care of every restaurant that you could go to. And where I say Chick-fil-A, there's a lot more at Chick-fil-A that you can have. But you got to use the website. I know people don't want to. Y'all seen the thread the other day. Y'all seen the thread. You got to be willing to invest time and learning into stuff. But if you don't want to, this will work every day, 7 days a week, even on Sunday. Restaurants, Chick-fil-A, 8 to 12 grilled chicken nuggets with a side salad. No, anytime I say salad, you've got to use approved salad dressings. Salad dressing we kind of class that as a condiment. You've got to use Walden Farms calorie-free salad dressings. If you don't have or another approved salad dressings, there are many. But if you're at a restaurant, don't use their salad dressing unless if you don't come prepared. Don't use their salad dressing if you don't have a survival kit. Make sure you use or ask them if they have light Italian if you're in a pinch. If you're in a pinch, light Italian dressing, 50 calories or less, right, per serving, will work. Light Italian goes a long way. Get more out of it. Regular Italian, no. 1 pack of honey mustard salad dressing at Chick-fil-A, last time I looked, was 200 calories. Can't do that. That's a whole meal in salad dressing. So you got to bring your own. Or ask them for lemons and limes and squirt lemon and lime juice all over it. That's what you can do in a pinch. Chick-fil-A, 8 12 grilled chicken nuggets with a side salad. 8 fried chicken nuggets with a side salad. The breaded ones will work there, not in every restaurant, but there. If you go to a Mexican restaurant, get a bowl of chicken soup with no rice or get 3 soft chicken tacos. Use your own tortilla or no tortilla. There's many more things you can have, but we're keeping it real for 7 to 10 days. McDonald's, a 1/4 pounder on your own bread. Wendy's, a small chili over a side salad. Burger King, grilled chicken with side salad. Family style restaurant, grilled chicken with a salad. Remember the dressing rule. Family style restaurant, grilled salmon with vegetable medley. But Travis, there's other things I want there. There's a lot more you can have, but not for 7 to 10 days. Waffle House, 2 scrambled eggs, 2 tablespoons of their gravy, believe it or not. And you can optionally, less bread is best, but optionally use 1 slice of your own bread. Waffle House got a great grilled chicken, and you can get a side salad and use your dressing rule. I carry salad dressing with me everywhere. If I don't have it, I use light Italian or lemons and lime. It's not worth it to have it any other way. Red Lobster, shrimp scampi with broccoli. You mop all that scampi juice up with that broccoli. It won't hurt you a bit unless you eat them biscuits. Remember, you can have biscuits for during your holidays, but you got to have perfect days to be successful. Steakhouse, any steakhouse, 4 to 6 ounces of steak with asparagus. If it's a 12-ounce steak, take half that booger home with you. It's not going to fit your portion rule. You got to follow your rules. Cracker Barrel, spicy grilled catfish with green beans. No cornbread. Taco Bell, refried beans on your own tortilla. Or just refried beans. Captain D's, grilled or broiled fish with green beans. Chinese restaurant, you can have, at any Chinese restaurant, you can get 2 chicken teriyaki skewers, a small egg drop soup with a category 2 vegetable like broccoli. Any Chinese restaurant has mugu gai pan. That's just chicken and broccoli. But scoop out, they use way too much of the sauce. So you don't have to get all the sauce or ask for no sauce. Just spoon off as much as you can, and you'll be all right. Next steps. Now, for those of you asking more, and I've seen my friends do more, we're going to stop the lesson here in just a minute. But here's what's to come. This is why, for those of you that say, I just don't have any time to do this. Well, if you had 1 hour, I just taught you a way of living that you wouldn't need any more variety if you're serious about losing weight and being healthy. That's plenty. That's a whole food program. How many food combinations could you make of those meals above? How many, beloved? But I like to keep learning. I like to keep going. We've got more than 100 pizzas you can have now, more than 100 snacks, more than 100 freebies, more than 100 extras. You got to keep going. More than 100 ice creams, more than 100 chip replacements, tons of popcorn, tons of canned soups, tons of frozen dinners, beer, wine, and alcohol. We teach you how to have it so that you can still lose fat. Cereal, more category 2 breads, tons of stuff. But we got to get through the first 7 to 10 days and start learning. Watch the daily doses, take the test, pass the test, earn the phase 1 badge. And while you're doing that, you're leaving class today knowing more what to eat. These links you're going to need. I'll send all this to you shortly. When you're a member and you go into your daily doses, to the right, you see downloadable materials. You see a 1-week journal. We want you to use the online journal, but maybe you just want to use a paper journal and take this 1 week at a time. You can download that 1-week journal. There's a combination resource card. There's a welcome kit and guidelines. There's another way of looking at combinations here to the right. And then you see the complete phase 1 digital book. And that's just phase 1. We have 4 phases. Then you see a 3-day meal planner. What you need to do if you're still struggling is take advantage of our free mentoring, one-on-one mentoring. Download the 3-day meal planner so that your mentor can help you come up with a 3-day meal plan where you write your weight. I've been doing this with the people I work one-on-one with, and they're losing 5 to 10 pounds every 3 days. Here's the way I look at it. If you got to know me, why 3 days? Give me a day for the Father, a day for the Son, and a day for the Holy Spirit. Can't you do that for God? Can't you let God bless you? You can do anything for 3 days instead of feeling overwhelmed. Let's just narrow this down to a few meals for 3 days and watch what happens. Because what's happening is it starts teaching you the program and you get some momentum. People are signing up, throwing their hands up in the air. Let's get you some momentum. This is a lifestyle, a way of life, folks. All right, I got one more thing to show you and then we're done. I'm going to send everything to you. I'm going to send everything to you. All right, wait a minute. We're about to go in overtime. I've went 1 minute over already. Got to show you one more form. Bear with me because it wasn't on the list. Hang tight. All right, I think I got it here. Hold on. Share this. Okay, I'm going to be sending this form to you. I'm going to be sending this form to you. Here's another way to meal plan. It makes it just so, this is so easy, y'all. Using the list that I just went over with y'all. This tells you how to have a Shibboleth approved sandwich. It's basically a sandwich recipe. I know we've got some folks that, so what is an approved sandwich? This is a sandwich recipe, a Spam sandwich recipe, a grilled cheese, a hot dog, a hamburger, peanut butter and jelly, French toast, egg white omelet, egg McMuffin, grilled chicken salad, an approved shake, an approved meal bar, and a bowl of cereal. I went through what are the most simple things that people eat, grab, they're on the go. So I come up with just a short list for our new people. Now, let everybody tune me back in because I've been talking so long, I've lost a lot of you. Tune back in. If you're lost, if you're still lost after today, there's no shame in that. We all learn things differently. I'm a slow learner in many areas of my life. But when I got it like a bulldog. And you might be that way too. Get that 3-day meal planner and just write down this. Go get you some approved shakes and approved meal bars. This is a diet for 7 to 10 days. And while you're learning, replace 2 meals with a meal bar or a shake from this list. And eat 1 meal. 1 approved meal. So you could have an approved protein shake for breakfast, a Quest bar for lunch, and then have a peanut butter jelly sandwich for dinner. Well, Travis, that sounds bland. Again, it's the first 7 to 10 days. We've got thousands of recipes. I hope our experienced members will chime in and just let y'all know that are new. The well's never going to run dry here. It's unlike any program you've ever done before in your life. So I'm going to send you this PDF too. Just remember, if your weight loss slows, drop some of that bread. In fact, when I'm really wanting a sandwich, you don't have to do this, but nowadays, you know what I do? I buy Healthy Life 35-calorie bread, and I'll put my boar's head turkey breast on the flavor. I like the flavored turkey breast, different ones, whether it be the peppered or whatever. But I put that on there, and I put me a slice of fat-free cheese as a condiment. And I lay it on one slice of Healthy Life bread, and on the top, I've got one of those big hearts of romaine lettuce leaves. That's my top side of my bread. Saves me some carbs and calories. I eat my burger in romaine lettuce leaves. So I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to be sending you a lot of stuff later today. Don't let it overwhelm you. You should start by getting that meal plan, that 3-day meal planner, download it, write down 3 breakfasts, 3 lunch, 3 dinners. Don't graze between meals, no snacks, no freebies, 7 to 10 days. Let's lose some weight. So I'm coming back out of here. We're going to overtime. So those of you that are about to leave, that needed to get out of here in an hour, I love you in the Lord. I hope you see our heart for you. We want you to be successful. We ask you again, please don't share this material. If you ever tell me the Lord led you to share it, then I'll leave you alone. But if the Lord's not leading you to do it, don't give our materials away. We want to keep Shibboleth going, not just for you, but for ourselves and other generations to come. And there's a lot of work and effort that goes into this, and it's very expensive to run this company for a small group like ours that charges so little. Please don't give it away. If there's a hardship financial case, just have them contact me, and we don't turn anybody away, I promise. We just ask everybody to do their fair share. So don't give it away or give it out unless the Lord leads you to. And come Monday, these materials will be locked. And it'll add, if you see something that says, what's your password is Shibboleth. Shibboleth. All right, y'all let me know. We're done as far as we're about to go overtime, and I'll answer questions within the scope of the material that was just provided. But otherwise, you all are at liberty to go. I'll be praying God's blessings on you. And I hope God will stir up your pure mind and you realize you're missing out on an abundant life if you don't lose that weight. Go on and lose it. Get it done. I don't think it'll be case sensitive, but it might be. Raj hadn't told me yet. But I would try all caps because that's the way I give it to him. Did this help? If you're new, I need feedback. Was this more helpful? If you were a new person and you signed up and then you went right to this class, would it have helped? That's what I need to know. If you just signed up rather than leaving and going home looking at 30 daily doses and being intimidated, would this have helped you get started, and would you have felt better about the program when you left? Good. Bran crisp bread is one of the few items that I put on here that's hard to find. Most items I didn't, but you can't leave bran crisp off because it's a freebie bread. We didn't get into freebies, but you don't need them your first week. Need 3 meals. But I know we sell them. We sell a lot of the hard to find stuff, and hope y'all patronize us. But if you don't, you'll find it out there at health food stores and such. I'm missing a lot of questions. They're scrolling so fast. So I'm going to get everybody answered. We are done with this part of our class. We are done. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going into overtime. And I'll answer any questions going into overtime. I'm going to take a brief 5-minute break because I got to pee. TMI. I got to go pee. So I'm going to pee, and I'm going to come back, and we'll go into overtime, and I'll answer questions. Be right back. All right, I am back. Thank you for the break. Okay, we tried to stay on task, did the best we could with that. I would say if you're not a member, you're not currently a member, please consider becoming one. Very inexpensive program. We're ministry first and foremost. Go to www.myshibboleth.com. Don't forget to tell us who referred you so we can honor them and bless them for blessing our ministry. www.myshibboleth.com. You can go there and get signed up. It's very inexpensive. Any questions? Is a cat 2 bread, does that take you out of burning phases? Leah's asked, does a cat 2 bread, not if it's a 1 and 2, like you have a sandwich? No, it's still a good one. If you're using category 2 breads, it's still a good one. It's just always better with fibrous vegetables. But it's always fine to have an approved sandwich. Still a good fat burner. If it's a 1-2, it's a good fat burner. Still gets you flames. We didn't go over vegan and vegetarian options because we've got a new class on that, and we didn't want to go 2 hours today. I'm really trying to stay on task. I'm listening to my clients, what they like about the program, what they don't. And, we just didn't get into that today. But there are those options. But that's outside the scope of what we're doing in this class. Let's wait till that comes out. I promise you within the next week or two, we'll do the same type thing for vegans or vegetarians. You may already have the answers if you've been around a while. But remember, I'm talking to 7 to 10 day people. So if you're getting started and you're going with meatless options, you have to go with them superfoods. But there are a lot more vegan and vegetarian options. I'll see what we can do about that. If you'll tag Joan, I have to have assistance. So if you'll tag Joan on Facebook, if you'll tag Joan and ask her to do that, I think she can, as far as the conversion to a document. Yes, the first class is always free. So when I send this to you and you want somebody to see it, I trust our people. I really do. We're here to help people. We're not here to get people's money. If somebody needs help, I want them to get the help. But I still have to raise enough funds to keep this thing going or it'll be gone. And if you want, once you get your links, feel free to share it with them and just ask them, if they can afford it, to do the right thing and sign up. Please keep pasting and I'll catch the questions as we go. Can you have fibrous veggies with your sandwich along with using category 1 bread? You can. You can. The more you add, the slower there's no such thing as slow weight loss, but just the more you add, the more slowly you'll see the weight drop on the scale. But if you want that and you feel you need that, certainly do so. It's all during the weight loss phase. You don't have to do this as long as you're controlling the portion, 350 calories or less total per meal, using your portion rule. You don't want to push the envelope. If you can be satisfied with just one sandwich or a piece of meat and broccoli, do that. Because remember, we want to cross the finish line and get to happy weight so that we can move into wellness and maintenance. But you certainly can add a salad to a sandwich, a salad to a hamburger. Just watch out for those darn dressings. I thought if Nature's Own double fiber wheat bread isn't on there, that was an error as we tried to pull this off fast. Healthy Life, there's many approved breads, but again, if you're brand new, you wouldn't have known that. See, you wouldn't have known that if you were a 7 to 10 day person. You would only know what I gave you in the list today, but certainly that is one of the approved breads. There's more than 100 now, but I just gave you a few. It's a 7 to 10 day approach. Is it okay to add stevia and 0-calorie mix like an unsweetened Kool-Aid to water if you just cannot get water down? Yes, you can. As long as you keep that water very minimal calories. You know, Crystal Light's even fine, but we prefer you drink just water. The thing to remember about Shibboleth is there's no deal breaker. We try to optimize it for you, and then there's other things we can do between acceptable and optimization. And with Shibboleth, acceptables here, optimizations up here, you have a lot of things that you can do and customize for yourself as you learn. If I have coffee with sugar-free creamer with my breakfast, are those calories going to count towards my 350 calories? Coffee with sugar-free, coffee with an approved creamer. Just because it's sugar-free doesn't mean it's approved. Coffee with an approved creamer and an approved sweetener is a freebie. It's a free beverage. Have as much as you want. You do, Helen, you do not have to avoid a category 5. Those little pluses, I either put flames or I didn't. The flames are the best weight loss during your first 7 to 10 days. No flames is not as good a weight loss, but still a good weight loss if you control your portion. That category 5, you just got to control that portion. Tim asked, what is your opinion about blood sugar spikes caused by artificial sweeteners? Do they cause a similar impact to our insulin response as sugar or honey? No, they do not. I know there's conflicting information out there, but that is a myth. There are some people that they've been eating so much sugar for so long, their body reacts as soon as their tongue. Studies have come out saying that anything sweet spikes their blood sugar because their body is used to responding to the very sweetness that you taste inside of your mouth. You've been eating sugar and starch so long. So I have read things where it says artificial sweeteners can elevate blood sugar in some people, but not like sugar or honey. Tim, I got to tell you, I know probably where that's coming from, and it's very persuasive when people say you're better off eating real sugar or honey. Local honey, once you reach maintenance, eating some good local honey in the right mix is fine, but sugar is just as poison. It's just poison, 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 poison. Travis, it's not as bad a poison as Splenda, as aspartame. I just can't go along with that thinking. I just can't. Not if you're overweight. If one is overweight. Stevia, aspartame, Splenda does not spike blood sugar in 99% of the population. And if you're overweight, you don't need that spike. Even honey. I love some organic local honey mixed in my apple cider vinegar. But when I'm trying to lose fat, I don't do that. I just don't do it. I wait until I'm in a maintenance type of mode. Then I do it because it's very healthy for me. But it's not healthy for someone to slow down their fat burning. We want to be real efficient. That's just my take on it. I know there's a lot of disagreement. That's why we include stevia, xylitol, other sweeteners that people might consider a little more healthy than aspartame or Splenda. We'll work on class times. To get to schedule time with a mentor, all you have to do is go here. mentor.gymbook.com. You might have to put a www dot mentor.gymbook.com. I don't use Sweet and Low. I'd have to refresh my memory on it. Jason, I'd have to refresh my memory. Not for the first 7 to 10 days, but I'd look in the food library and see if that's in there. I can't remember what Sweet and Low is. If it's aspartame, yes, it would be approved. If it's just aspartame, But we don't want those blood sugar spikes. And for people that won't consume Splenda or aspartame, that's much better for you than pills and shots and prescriptions to get the weight off. There's a lot of approved sweeteners. That isn't one we discussed today. And it may be approved. I just don't use it, so I can't remember. I tend to remember the things. I approve things all the time, but there's literally thousands and thousands of approved items now. And the ones I keep in this bank are the things I use. Everything else I've approved is in the computer bank. Diet drinks, again, not necessary for people eating clean, but they're lawful in our program. It's like the Bible says, some things are lawful but not expedient. I have people fall out with me every day. Every day they fall out with me. I drink Diet Coke. Okay? I also drink my water. Diet Coke, any zero-calorie beverage, as the form says, zero-calorie beverages are approved. They may not be expedient, but they're lawful. Let's focus right now, Stephanie, on getting in there and watching the daily doses again, because that's where I go over the science part. This was meant to help you get through 7 to 10 days while you learn the daily doses. And yes, to answer your question, we will be having phase 2 classes on each one of those categories: ice cream, beer, wine, and they'll be short. We won't need an hour for that. But I'll never be able to have a class going over each individual product, because that's what's great about the program. There's so many now. I'm just trying to help you learn how to use the resources on Planet Shibboleth. You can rewatch it as many times as you want. Diet Mountain Dew is a zero-calorie beverage, therefore it would be approved on this list. Yes, you can use the pure coconut oil. It's not going. Remember that range? You got optimization and acceptable. Coconut oil's like right here. MCT oil's here. Coconut oil's here. And the one that you mentioned is a good one. So you could do that. Sweet and low, if it's 0 calories and aspartame, it's approved. I'm glad there's some people that can see Travis is just meeting everybody where they're at. I'm not saying you should consume aspartame. I hate it when people say that and use it as an excuse to quit. We're giving you the best options, both optimized and acceptable. Sweet and low, if it's 0 calories and aspartame, it's acceptable. Saccharin. Is it 0 calories, though? I don't remember, because it's like one of those brown sugar, a Splenda brown sugar, ended up having a lot more sugar in it than it did Splenda. So I want you to make sure it's 0 calories, or very, 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 very close to it. 5 calories. I need more specifics on international coffees. That would be in the full program. But for the 7 to 10 days, that would not be. I don't know anything about those unless I see the nutrition label. For your first 7 to 10 days, we're looking at coffee with an approved sweetener and an approved creamer. But you'll find, Liz, as you move forward, there's all kinds of different flavored coffees you can have. You just got to, I have to see your nutrition label if it's not in our food library already. There will be, Stephanie, there will be a phase 2 series of classes. Just look for those after your 7 to 10 days. Yes, we will do those, guaranteed. Handful of berries as a condiment be used in yogurt or cottage cheese. A condiment is 5-2 or few, 5 grams of sugar or less, 2 grams of fat or less, 50 calories or less. So if you want to use just a little palmful, not a full portion, you'll be fine. That's something we teach in the daily doses. Yep, Sharon, if it's 0 calories, you're good to go. I'm not going to put a deadline on it, because if you feel led to give them your password Monday, I'm not going to yell at you. You know, I just try to tell people the truth. God give this to me. We've invested our life, our money, lost all of our money, got back up on our feet. We're dedicated to this. We'll go up with the ship or down with the ship, but I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If the Lord leads you, I'm putting it on you. If the Lord leads you to give them everything, and you know in your heart the Lord led you to take every bit of that information on the website, thousands of pages, print it off and give it to them, and you say, Travis, the Lord led me, I go, okay, that's good enough for me. 100 years from now, it ain't going to matter anyway. I'll be dead. But right now, I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I enjoy helping people and giving better tools than I could if I had no resources. So I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Just if you feel led to do it, give them your password and let them look at it. I just hope they'll come go with us at some point, so we can keep it going for everybody that has been a part of this ministry and helps keep it going. Hope that made sense. Got to take time for yourself, sis. Starbucks, of course, it's approved on our regular Planet, but we did not mention it in this lesson. I was asked to keep it short, and I still went over. So there's nothing that's not approved or some way to have on Shibboleth. But Starbucks, go into the library and look for Starbucks and read the description. It's under restaurants, and it'll tell you what you can have there. But the first 7 to 10 days, I would just have coffee there, the way we talked about having coffee. Approved sweeteners. If they don't have approved sweeteners, I just get straight coffee. We're talking 7 to 10 days. Talking to new members here. Thank you. Awesome, Amy. I've never seen, I'm sure it can be, but I've never looked for it in a regular grocery store. That's why I give you other options, because I don't want you to think you got to buy anything from us. I ain't a good businessman, love people. On the website, we sell MCT oil, and we hope you'll support us. If you don't, we still love you. But coconut oil is fine. You can get that. Zero drag. So should I start out with 3 capsules before working out and 3 after? Depends on what you're talking about. I can't see your full name. I just see Amy. Depends on what you're talking about. You have to tell me specifically what product, because you should not be taking 6 of the vitamins a day. I don't know which product you're talking about. Please tell me. Tim, I'll get this to you, bro. Would sugar-free almond milk be approved? No, not for the first 7 to 10 days, only the milk listed. If you want to get ahead of the classroom, I can't stop you. That's not a dig at you. But if you want to get ahead, some of you know so much more than you realize you knew before this class. But you need to go to resources and look that up in the food library and eat it according to the description, because it was not part of this class. Yes, they're all on the website. This will be on the website. And it'll take me a while to process it and edit it down. No, it will not hurt you. As long as you're having 3 portion control, properly combined meals, perfect, perfect. Bible says, be thou perfect. When you're not, there's grace. Bible does say to be perfect. Where did we come up with that perfect day word? It says, be thou perfect. But I'm glad that there's grace. So we're trying to have a perfect day every day. and part of a perfect day is having 3 meals, no grazing between meals. It's best to eat it with an hour from rising, but it doesn't matter when you eat it. That doesn't cost you a holiday as long as it's just 3 meals in a day. Optimization versus acceptable, right? So you're fine as long as your meal was combined right and portioned right and you only had 3 in a day. And that all is in the daily doses. That's what I have a problem with, getting people to do that and journaling. Less than 4 calories is a freebie as far as I'm concerned. Amy, vitamins should be taken with a meal, and they can be taken all 3 at one time. But do not take vitamins before and after working out. 3 and 3 would be 6. That's way too much of our vitamin. Our vitamin is very potent. If you take in more fat-soluble vitamins than you need, it's unhealthy. So you'd only take, if it's vitamins we're talking about, only 3 a day and with a meal. And you can do 1 with each meal or 3 with 1 meal, but never do 3 before and after working out. Phase 2 this year, the way you can tell we're restructuring because we've learned. We got a great program. 2,600,000 pounds have been lost. Praise the Lord. But that don't mean we can't get better. So after you earn your phase 1 badge, you get through your first 7 to 10 days, you've earned your phase 1 badge, then it's time to go to phase 2. But we got all new lessons coming. They're in the process, if they hadn't already, removing all the old ones. Can we cook our meats with some beef or chicken broth instead of oil? Yes, because that would be 0 calories or very few. It's marginal. Fat-free chicken broth, fat-free beef broth is fine to cook in. Water's fine to cook in. Yeah, Starbucks can be a real challenge, even though it's light and it makes you feel good. If you're consuming those sugar-laden drinks, I don't care what everybody's telling you, hun, you ain't going to lose fat. Not long term, and you won't keep it off. I've been through it in my life as it relates to being overweight. One of the only unless it's a closet thing that guys, I hear it is more for guys than you know, but from purging myself after meals, developing an eating disorder, I've been through it. And I'm just telling you, I've tried every diet out there, everything out there. Only lifestyle works. Lifestyle, learning, behavior modification. Shibboleth store, you can find the hours at myshibboleth.com. I believe Cartersville is like 10 to 6 every day. I think that's what Dalton is, except for Saturday, it's 10 to 2. Well, not really. What I'm asking, Sheila, is that what I'm trying to do is give you a 7 to 10 day meal plan while you're learning. Some people will never go watch my daily doses, and they're silly and corny, but you learn so much if you really get if you'll try. But what I'm trying to do today is give you a 7 to 10 day meal plan so that you don't feel like you got to go watch 30 daily doses before you get started. So I hope that you got enough that you can eat now, eat right, and eat clean for 7 to 10 days. That's what I'm hoping. While you're doing that, watch the daily doses. Take the test, pass the test, earn the phase 1 badge. Once you do that, that's when I would move to phase 2. But where stuff gets lost is you got a lot of clients that's already went into all the variety they can have without ever learning the program. This isn't like any other program. Let me put it to you a different way to help you understand. What confuses everybody sometimes is our love and support when we don't know ourselves what to do, but we think we do. Meaning, you got a lot of people out there that didn't start with pre-algebra. They jumped to calculus. You won't ever get calculus if you just jump to it. You got to do pre-algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2, trig, calculus. You got to learn it in the right steps. Today, I give you what I think should be the next step after somebody signs up. Then I push them into the learning part, the lifestyle part. I'll send you an email. You can go on and try to join it. Did I give you the link? I'll give you the link if I didn't. But you can go on and get in that group and post those. I'm hoping I can get y'all to post your 7 to 10 day meals, so I can make sure that you understand what I'm saying. So I can make sure, my staff can make sure that our beginners are eating in the right portion and combinations. Phyllis, that's the best way to go, is to save everything else. Let's get through 7 to 10 days. Let's get through 7 to 10 days with only the information discussed. But Amy, it should say, I do not think you should be taking 3 before and 3 after unless I know the name. It's going to have a name. That's actually the name of our supplement line. But then it'll say BCAA, weight loss and energy. Very important, Amy, because I don't want you to take too much of this stuff because it's potent stuff. So you should always talk to your doctor first. But I need to know the specific name on the product. You take 3 before and 3 after, we might have a problem. That ain't good. Depends on what it is. Frozen vegetables are fine as long as there's no fillers or additives. Yeah, I just see part of the name says hot chocolate. She's experienced. So you're going to find there's even better ways to lose weight than what I went over today. But let me reiterate yet again. I tried to give you stuff that's just at the grocery store because we get a lot of people that join and they say, well, it's all stuff in your store. You don't have to be, is my point. I hope that helps. Thank you, Deanna. Thank you, Miss May. Appreciate you. You're a blessing. We're about to redo those daily doses too. So when we get them redone, we're in front of this backdrop, and I'm not talking about silly stuff in the first 3 videos. I think y'all, even our experienced members, will enjoy that. Thank you, Donna. We're just going to stick with the 7 to 10 day plan. You're asking about hot chocolate. Some of you are experienced members. So you do what you know works the best. Does that make sense? But just know that the new members, they don't know about no high protein hot chocolate, right? They don't know about that yet. Hope that makes sense. Would I? Yeah. Lose weight faster. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, maintenance is a tough thing because usually what happens, you've already found maintenance when you find your happy weight. Because if you think about it, the weight slows down, really slows down. There's a few things we can do to tweak it in maintenance depending on your activity level. But you've really found maintenance, to be honest, because your weight loss slows down when you get close to goal. So you have kind of found baseline for yourself. No, I know you're not trying to. No, I'm with you on the hot chocolate. I'm with you. This will be a good refresher for some of you. Some of you that want to, this was just a good refresher. You want to go right back to what you've been doing. It's helped you lose weight. If you've been losing weight, why would you start over? Just keep going, keep learning, keep growing. But if you just lost or never got started, this is a great place to start. That's the intent. As quickly as I can get it done. It won't be minutes after I get off here, but it will be today. It will be today. Yeah, I know there's a nutrition and performance supplement, but she should not be taking 3 before and 3 after of any of that stuff. The only thing I can think of that's 3 before and 3 after is BCAA. I still don't know the specific name. What y'all are referring to is our line, our product line. Not, I need to know the specific. Is it krill oil? Is it BCAA? Is it herbal boost? What is it? Because there's not many things that I can't think of any other than amino acids that we would suggest taking that many. Just saying. It will be sent out to the email address that you registered with. Anybody else? Don't forget to, those of you that are referring people and letting them look at this material, make sure they put your name in the referral box so that you can earn rewards. Yeah, it does. If you do challenges and stuff, you can forget the regular program pretty quick if you're not careful. We need both. Is there a place for challenges? There is for me, because I get complacent. It's those challenges we do kick my butt back into gear. But I'm always learning something, you know? Always learning. Thank you, Phyllis. Anybody else? Any other questions, comments? When you, 2 ways that you can refer people. You just send them to the website, www.myshibboleth.com. Tell them to sign up. When they sign up, it'll ask who referred you. If your name's in the box, we credit your account with that referral. Or you can do this. Like this would be mine. And you can post this everywhere, right? So notice I used my username, www.myshibboleth.com/sponsor/Travis Jack. You would use your username. It would still be shibboleth.com/sponsor, but then your username. Thank you. We have both volunteer mentors. In other words, we've got people on staff that mentor. You just get a mentor appointment. They'll help you with a meal plan. And if you don't like our team and our staff, that's our official team, we have volunteer mentors. You just go select a mentor on the website, ask them to be your mentor, and to hold you accountable. And anytime you want to switch mentors, you can switch mentors. But we have both good-hearted volunteer mentors that'll help support you. And then we have our team and staff. And you simply go here to get a mentor appointment with us. But you can go to the website, go to resources on the website, and you can pick out a mentor. There's a little mentor feature there. And you'll see other members and their stories, and you can ask them. They're saying, I want to help you. And all you have to do is ask them. Daily Dose videos are on the website. You log in, username, password. It takes you right to the first screen in the website, and you'll see step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Step 1 is your profile. You set your profile up. Step 2 is the daily doses. Go to daily doses. Watch the daily doses, take the test, pass the test, earn the badge. I will email all of this to you, Sir Keith. Yes, we need more volunteer mentors. We need more of our members to use that feature and ask for help. You're welcome. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here so I can start processing and editing the video. And I'll send you out a document with all of the links and everything that you need, okay? It's going to take me a while, so bear with me. Pamela Dye, you're welcome. I hope y'all love us as much as we love y'all, because we can't do this without you. All right, y'all. Love you. God bless you. Thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this, please get on the rooftop and shout it on social media. Tell people to watch this. Anybody can watch this. First class is always free. Shout it from the rooftops. That's what keeps us going and allows us to do these things. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, everybody. God bless. See you soon.